you have like a moment in business where it's all going well and you think you're amazing, you're flying, and then all the bad just goes bang, 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 one after another, and it just makes you think, should I just give up? That massive like if I don't come to work, it just falls apart. What's going on?
Yeah.
You absolute idiot, Andy. Buy this house and die. Oh my God. Monday morning, and I'm just thinking I've started accruing some more materials on me dash. Don't worry, it's not blocking my windscreen. You can only see obviously the reflection of it. My windscreen's actually like, I don't know, 2 meters squared plus. Right, over the weekend, do you know what, I've had a bit of a mixed emotions on the weekend, where obviously in life you'll go through highs and lows, and I've been sort of like blown away by all the messages we got and support, and people wanting to reach out and help with the trail that we put on Lark Lane, and then on the flip side of that, you know, like your mind just sort of crashes, and eventually I've just sort of give up replying to messages now, because I just can't answer them. And the worst bit is when someone's got like something they want to give. Like there was a woman who's got some soup in Bowden, and she's like, I've got some soup, can you come and pick it up now? And I'm like, no, I can't. And you think, you then sort of go the other way and feel bad that you're not going to pick this soup up that someone's made in Bowden. And I don't know what the answer is, to be honest. I'm going to do a video in a minute, just sort of explaining, because amongst there's 99, similar to YouTube, 99.9% of the comments are amazing and helpful, and people, you know, enjoying the content, seeing good stuff and wanting to help, and then every now and then there's one that's like, you know, so there was a couple sort of saying, well, have you got permission for this? Have you got liability insurance? How are you going to stop people from doing X, Y, and Z in the trailer? And what are we going to? Are you going to have someone staffed there 24/7 and stuff that I just think, like, yeah, people like maybe warn me about it, and I just sort of said, well, to be honest, I'm going to do a post about it to say, like, okay, let's just say someone does drugs in the thing. They're doing drugs anyway. Let's just say they do it in the trailer. Or one of them was like, well, have you asked the neighbours whether you can park that outside your mate's site? And I feel like going, well, do you know what, mate? I did actually think of that in my head, and I thought, do you know what? I would rather someone like Simo didn't die than Barbara or Karen down the road goes, I don't like the look of that container. So, yeah, mixed emotions this weekend, and but this week, so hopefully this week we're going to get the projects over the line. That's probably my main focus. I'm tidying up the yard this morning. So Gareth, who you've seen last week's episode, come in, volunteered. He's now coming in, and I'm paying him to help me on the yard, and keep the other lads on the job. So we've got another lad starting on the extension job, so I need to call into that one as well and drop off these drill bits, because we've got to drill a hole through the steel to get the original bath waste out. Ben's just meeting us at the yard now. He's obviously on my sister's extension, so I'll go and catch up with him now and see how we're getting on. It's a nice cheap load, this one, isn't it? It was only half full.
Get me off that.
Oh yeah, why didn't you like being on it, lad? It's just, this was all on my yard, off the extension job and other stuff. But have you sorted your wood out yet? Have they started taking it again? No, have they? So it's cheaper now? No. Costs too much to get rid of waste now, lad.
Don't be getting me on no videos.
No. Right, see you in a bit. 12:05. How do you reckon that went?
A lot better than I thought.
Looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've still got to move these 3, so that conveyor needs to go. Those 4 skips are going to go back against the wall, and then that way we can drive in. But look at this. It's been hard. Hardest thing's moving the leaves, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just had a little rejig. Now we got rid of that trailer that's on Lark Lane. Just had a little rejig here, so obviously that's going for sale, or I'm going to break it down and try and use it maybe. Cherry pickers in the wet there, so ready to go to the job. I've actually got 2 jobs for that. It's just when I can do them. So the next thing on here is getting the slabs and the piling done. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. We've actually filled that with stuff now, haven't we? So that trailer's going to go to the big job. So when we get that gone, we can probably put all the bricks and stuff there out the way. And then I've got all this space free then to be able to start. I need to sort of make space to be able to start piling. Because when we do the piling, I just want to do it all in one go then, so that it's done. But yeah, looking a lot better. Right, let's lock up. We need to go to the extension job, drop some stuff off for Paul and that, and then we'll go to the next project job and take the tipper because there's a load of rubbish. Oh, we'll hook that chipper up. Yeah, we can take the chipper there, can't we? And then there's loads to chip. I'm just thinking like, yeah, if it's all muddy, whether we just chip the stuff and then, yeah, or whether I just hook it up and get rid of it straight away. I'm trying to not create another job further down the line. Right, let's take it with us, see how we go. Right, I've got the chipper on my trailer, and I'm not going to show you because it may or may not be parked on double yellows and I don't want people reporting me. But just come to car bar to get some, I forgot what it's called, like ignition fluid. So hopefully I can spray that and it'll just help start the van so that I'm not waiting ages for it to turn over. Right, so easy start. It says just spray it into the air intake and it helps it start. See if this works. I don't know if this works, if that gives me any sort of inkling of like what's up with it, but we'll give it a go. Right, so I was in a mad rush to go and get this stuff done. It's like 2:30. I feel like I've tidied the yard, but I feel like I haven't done anything today. I've just had to come here because for the council, we're not allowed to have the steps out because it's blocking too much, and it's got to be hooked up to a van 24/7. So what I've done, I'm going to speak to my mate and just get this in there. I did have a thought that I'd have to do that, but I didn't think it would be like quite as quick as it has been. But yeah, all I'll do is I'll ask speak to my mate, see if we can put it on there, and if we can, great. And yeah, just one thing after another now. Mate, what is going on? So the council have just come and said it's got to be hooked up to a van, so I've just swapped my van and put the other van in front of it with the tow bar, and I've literally just pulled this van forward and someone's just parked. Oh, well, I wish I could have got my face when I showed up to this site and read what was on the house. Can you see that? Buy this house and die. Oh my God. Guess who's agreeing to buy that house? Me. What the hell? I wonder if Steve's been in. Where's my chain gone? Right, we need to chip these branches. This van's in the way. However, someone has parked right across the drop here where we're going to get the van out. No idea how we're going to find out who owns this or Why is the bonnet open? What the hell? It's not one of Steve's new cars, is it? Right, just waiting on Labby, and we're gonna just try and chip as much as we can. There's loads in the garden. Might have to just bring it out and do it here then. Right, I'm trying to do this, but I'm just thinking, who on earth would spray that? Like, there's only like, I don't know how many people have been. Whoa, what are you doing? We just brought them from the yard. Why would you throw them in the bin? There for the legs for that. We brought them from the yard.
Sorry.
Keep them. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Why? Have you seen that, lab? What the hell? Yeah. Mate, what the hell is that about? New neighbours. You're trying to blame me for this, aren't you? Hey. It's always my fault with the neighbours. Yeah. Hey, it literally started straight away, didn't it? Right, let's get some branches. Yeah, get that piece out. Yeah, that was good, that. Good stuff. Right, so as this site's so big, I think we're better, aren't we, bringing both tippers and going like wood in one, non-recycling, metal, because we'll have enough to do a metal run here, which will save us obviously paying to get rid of it. We'll get like, what, 100 quid back from tipping it, and then we just need to look at that wall, mate. How's that still up? So yeah, then the plan is to move that van, get the chipper in, bring me me petrol strimmer. I was going to bring the digger. I don't know. I thought, well, I'm undecided really, but bring the strimmer, strim all this, get a bit of a level ground. See, this is the stuff we can be getting rid of, isn't it? I don't know whether I'm better doing that, bringing the digger, digging these stumps up, and then just use the chipper and chip this ground so that we've got something to put the welfare unit cabin on. And then I can use the digger to sort of break this up, get rid of the metal, get rid of the wood. Yeah, it's going to take a full day of a few people, isn't it, to get this even like half ready for the cabin. And look how many bins we've got. Alright, yeah. Sound, I'll take that trailer, tipper and thingy back, and then do it another day. Well, I'm going to try and get the concrete job done tomorrow. Frustrating, and hopefully that car's not parked there next time we come. I don't know whether to put a note on to say, you know, don't park in front of the driveway because we need to get this van out. Or I'd have to just ring the police and say this car's parked like an idiot. Well, not really an idiot, but this car's obviously blocking us from getting the van out. Frustrating. Yeah, I'll put a little note on it just so people can be sure. Or I might just put cones out. Where's them cones we just binned? Is there any cones in the back? Just put cones here.
There are like 4 cones up there. The chipper.
Is it worth putting them out, do you reckon? Just so no one parks there, it's pissy. And then we could do with him moving this van a little bit, this car a little bit as well, couldn't we? Go on, lock up and we'll go. I've just tried that, right? So me and Ben, what time is it? 5:10. Me and Ben have just come to drop the tippers off at the yard, and the bloody lock is, I don't know what's going on with it, jammed.
The drill bit might have snapped in there just then too.
Have you just put a drill bit in?
Maybe.
Oh, you never. Did you? And then try and like wiggle it round.
I'm doing, maybe, I don't know.
What do you mean maybe? I've only gone to my van and come back. Oh, you're making it harder.
I barely even did anything either.
Oh, nice front seat. There's a pair of pliers.
Is it?
Let me go. Do you know what? You break my heart saying that. Daddy's got to go to work.
No. We're going to go to Nanny's, aren't we? Should we tell Daddy what
Are you blocking the way?
what we're going to go next today? Tell Daddy what we're going to
Can I go to work?
No.
No. What should we do instead?
You stay here, Dad.
Daddy's got to go and earn the pennies. So we can spend them on the weekend.
Ladies Anderson want to go with Daddy's pennies?
Where do you want to go when we get pennies? You don't know? What?
Huh?
Holiday?
No.
No, he doesn't want a holiday.
You said to me yesterday,
High five.
you wanted to go on holiday. That's what you said to me. You went, I want to go
No,
on holiday.
we've had enough holidays, haven't we? Right, do you know what? I am trying to not do as many videos in my van, and even if I can update you with important stuff, but do it on the jobs. However, I just find that I forget, so I can't even remember what I've told you and not told you about yesterday. So obviously yesterday we had I had a call from Nationwide Security, which is a big firm in Liverpool, and do you know what, it was amazing because he rang me and said, look, I've been thinking about doing this, and like the fact that you've done it has like prompted me to do it. So he said, I've just put the order in for all these containers and toilets, and he's going to have like a male and a female one, and I just thought, do you know what, that's exactly what I was hoping to do when I went on ITV last time, and I said, like, this little bit of work we've done has made a massive difference to obviously this primary school, and the other stuff we've done with Central Waste, like this couple of days work has made a massive difference to the football pavilion, which is going to make a massive difference to loads of parents and kids who are going to that club, and by doing a little bit makes a massive difference. And I was saying that it's easy for people to say, oh, go on, I'll help you out with that, which I've had loads of messages, I've got loads of like evidence and proof of that. It's hard to, because I was applauding my other mate Andy at Central Waste, because I was saying the hardest bit is the person who says, look, I'm going to do this on this date and I'm going to get these people involved, and then just wing it and see what happens. Like, they're doing a big Christmas appeal now, so if anyone is in Liverpool, has got presents, has got whatever, do you reckon that 1 in 6 kids wake up on Christmas with no presents? And they're doing an appeal to obviously get as many presents as they can and drop them off in locations where they're needed. So massive, shout out to Central Waste, and there's a lot of other organisations who are helping, who I'll put here now because I won't be able to remember them all. But the other ones are like Mark Scano, Move are getting involved. Obviously we're going to try and get involved, get as many as we can. But yeah, this is half took over my life now, because I've just done this one thing to potentially stop someone dying like Simo, and just inspired by Simo, and sort of, I hope he's looking down thinking, oh, do you know what, boss, that's a good idea, boss, because he'll be I can only picture him that day when the woman messaged me and said, oh, he's just come in, he was absolutely Baltic, and he was so tough. He just never really like showed any like emotion or other than anger every now and then. If Phil was the worst at winding him up, yeah, all that just from doing a little bit, and now like I'm getting bombarded with messages and stuff and people saying with ideas and this, and I'm thinking I've got a business to run and I'm not even very good at running that. So the last thing I want to do, that was what I was trying to update you. So someone came from a charitable organisation, I'm not going to name them because he works for them, and he was telling me how the system works, and basically I think I know how it works, and you know, I get a lot of comments on TikTok and whatever, and the people, you know, slagging off the council, you know, all charities are scams and this, and you think they're not, you know what I mean? They are helping people. There's obviously some element of it needs to be a business, it needs to run, it needs to pay some sort of staff and expenses and materials and stuff like that. However, I can understand it only takes one person to do something that's not right for people to jump on the bandwagon and go like, that's, you know, like people say about Oxfam and a few other homeless charities in Liverpool saying that. But when you meet the people who are in charge of these, they're genuinely looking out for people's best interest. It's just the odd person maybe that ruins it. But this person from this organisation told me, he was like, basically mate, like what's happened is I've been sent down here to have a look at this because people have been tagged in, our organisation's been tagged in this like post on social media, and I've been sent down. And I said, well, you know, that's good, because I was trying to reach out to organisations to say what I'm doing is just a band-aid. It's a temporary fix just while it's freezing. It's just literally somewhere for someone to go if they need it. But if someone was to stay there, I would, and I went there and met them, I'd be saying, look, you know, you need to go and speak to X, Y and Z, these organisations who will actually help you long term. This is not the answer, this is just a band-aid. But they were saying that there's so much money and red tape and liability that nothing gets done, and it's frustrating because, you know, like I've already noticed the amount of red tape that's been thrown at me just by putting a trailer on there. I feel like I got the impression that some organisations would be annoyed that we're doing this for free, but then I think, this is what I'm getting told, but then I think that there's a reason for that. So someone has obviously like been, you know, I could put this up for free and, you know, 8 homeless people could sleep in it, and the trailer could be defective and it falls in and kills them all, and then that then becomes a big issue that, you know, there's got to be certain things involved. So these organisations have all this red tape for a reason. It's like building regs and whatever else and planning it. You've got to go through all that because something's happened somewhere and it's made it, you know, mandatory. So I get that. So I'm sort of like, take everything that people say with a pinch of salt and sort of you form your own opinion. Look, I will do this for as long as we can, and if we have to move the trailer, so I've already been told we've got to move the trailer by the council, or we've got to put it onto the street, completely block the road and remove the steps, and then it's okay. And you're like, some of the rules are a bit like frustrating, but again, they're there for a reason, because someone has complained about the walkway, or someone's tripped over the walkway somewhere in Liverpool, and that's why it's sort of enforced. But yeah, enough rambling. This is why I don't like doing it in my van, because I ramble. So yeah, we'll just do it as long as we can. Right, I'm on the way to the extension job with Paul, and we've got a new lad starting there as well. Labby and Lewis are on there. Well, I don't know whether Lewis is in. At the moment, we've got a bit of a crap, I don't know what the word is, culture that you can just turn up whenever you want, and you know, there's no repercussions, there's no benefits of coming in. So I need to try and tweak that a little bit so that people actually come in at the same time, because there's nothing worse when you're on a job on your own waiting for people and you can't really do anything, or it's hard to get yourself going as well. So I'm going to go there. We've got concrete booked in for 12, so I've got to drop this piece of wood off for the floorboards, then that'll do, then they can do up to that, and then hopefully get this concrete in. That's one of the next milestones ticked off, and then the next one is bricking up the extension. So I don't know whether I'm going to do that or whether I'm going to try and get another bricklayer in. The business side of me says get someone else in to do it, because I should be doing other stuff. So my head's going a bit west at the minute, especially with this big project job, working out like how much it's going to cost me a month in interest. And when I look at that and I go, I should just have as many people on it, and I'm trying to do stuff at the best price and thingy, when really it's more about time, and I should be utilising this time now. And loads of you are asking, like, is Steve okay? Like, obviously the one we're doing the projects off, he's fine. He's just obviously that's what's got him into this position, like his unwillingness to like act and do stuff and get stuff done. So I am trying my best to help him with that, and you know, get these over the line, help sort his life out, and then hopefully he can then build off that. But yeah, it's frustrating. I meet loads of people in like this industry and building, and I've met people a lot what should I say, stranger and less willing to do stuff than Steve. So Steve's at least like done some action by obviously signing the contracts and trying to get this over the line. So right, that's enough. I'm bored now. I'm bored myself. Right, so we are, let me send the picture of this to the inspector and then get a piece on here as well, separate. But what you'll have to do is like cut it and lap it over a good like 300mm or whatever. Yeah. And then we're going to get that joist in, are we? And then we're all ready. Sounds? So concrete's coming in, what, 2 hours? Do you know what we need to do as well? I was going to concrete I can't do them now, can I? I was going to concrete the linear drains in. Because we're not really, we're going to concrete in there, but...
You don't have to do with that height, but we still concrete in.
Yeah, well, have you got all the pipes, the big 6 metre ones? Yeah. If we get them and the P-traps in, I think I've got some linear drains on the yard, haven't I? I need to have a look.
Yeah, but why are you putting pipe in? If you're putting a linear drain, you need to put pipe here. Drains.
No, two drains it's got to have. It just has to. Otherwise, it's all on one drain. If that gets blocked, the water's going to come into the house. No, the ACO's going to be level, but we're going to have two pipes going into it. So that if one of them blocks, it goes to the other one. Because otherwise, if one of them blocks and it's level access and it lashes it down, it'll come into the house. Well, it wouldn't come in, but it'd come up against the bifold doors. So we don't want that. So I always put two in, so that it's got two exits. Right, so on this, they want a door, don't they, as tight that way as they can. But where you've marked out 600, like that would be the unit if it went there, and literally the door would be there. So that would mean that if we cut that out and put a door frame in, the architrave would finish on top of the worktop, which we don't want. So I'd always come 650 at least, and then come 3 inch for an arc, and then do 850 for a door opening. That means we can get a fire door casing in, and then 3 inch for an arc again, which is all right. And then they've got that gap then where they want to have like a fridge freezer, isn't it? But yeah, if we can get that knocked out then today and get a lintel in. Have we got lintels? And then let's get the access chamber in, so that the inspector can come on Thursday. He can see the steels and he can see the drainage as well. Sounds? Anything else we need to do then?
Yeah, that water.
Right, have you done the gas?
50, 3 inch.
Have you found the gas in the hall?
850. I've done that.
Let's have a look. Alright, here we go. So, this is where, nice, you can see there where we cut it off. So that's the gas that went into under the slab. So what we've done is, this is like the Swiss stuff, the threaded stuff. So what we've done was took one off the back bit, and then Paul's threaded it back onto this tier that someone's put in for the reducer. So at least that way we can get the gas back on for the boiler, and then I've got to have a look now. Oh, this side, because the gas is there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally, but there's loads going across.
There's loads of pipes. All right, well I'll try and divert them then for you to be able to cut this out. Sounds? All right, well, we can either go down with it, and obviously because we're going to build the floor up to there. So what we need to do is measure now. We'll get some jab light insulation and we'll just build this floor up with jab light. So what we'll do is get a 2 ton of sand that side level, put the jab light in and then concrete that. We could almost concrete this. No, we can't, can we? We'd have to brick that up. Unless, tell you what to do. Let's get an internal skin on there now. Today. Internal skin up to the damp proof in block. That way we've got something to block up to. Yeah?
There wouldn't be an internal skin there, would it?
There will be an internal skin, yeah, because that's going to be a window. So it's still double skin. Yeah? So we'll have an internal skin basically up to that black line. So let's get that in. It'll tell us.
That's going to be a little bit problem, whatever that is, the way it's angled, because that's where they want the doorway coming through, don't they?
What is that?
Exactly.
Looks like a chimney stack, doesn't it? But is it a chimney stack? Let's have a look. So won't you pick up? No. I don't know what that is. We will find out. When were you last on the yard?
When I put the trailer in.
Does it look different?
Yeah, it's empty now, doesn't it?
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks alright.
It's going to look even better when it's... Right, so we've just come to the yard to get all the stuff for the concrete. I think the concrete's there now, so I'm hoping that Labby is... Labby and the others are started getting it in. I hope they're not just stood there waiting for us. And... Oh yeah, a little update on the locks, bloody hell. So the way these locks work, obviously the pin line, it should line up. And then you'll knock them in like that. There you go. But the one over there, I don't know what the hell's gone on, but the door won't go all the way in. And it's I've had to drill the lock out last night with Ben, and you know, I'm more confident about people breaking into the yard now. So it took me an hour and a half to drill through that lock, and I'm still not even any closer to getting it open. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Actually, we might end up having to angle grind all the protection off and then cut through the rest of the lock and then open the door and then have to sort it out and weld it all again. But yeah, God, it just shows like hopefully the yards, the gates are all right, and I don't have a clue what's actually blocking it. But you got to move some concrete, Lou. Alright, second one. And we didn't disconnect that cable now. Because how are we going to concrete that without getting damping? Right,
Cut it now if you want it to.
just prise them off and pass it under the floor, leave it under the floorboard. The back boxes, don't pull it because you can pull it a little bit. Just get the back boxes off and leave that under the floor, and that way we can get a proper, because any little line here now is a potential somewhere where water can get through and cause damp. And then if we do it again, look, lap this over and into the cavity. That way when we do the brick, it's like it's impossible for moisture to get through. If we do that, we've now got to put another damp proof on, and there's like a little slit where
I've never done where you do.
I know, it's just different ways of doing it. That's how we do it. That's a weird little cavity closer, isn't it? Right, you seen that? Did you just think about this when you I'd go forward and walk back? So spin it now and walk backwards. No pressure, Lou. YouTube's watching. Nice. No pressure, Labby. YouTube's watching. No high-vis, fiver. Why don't you like wearing high-vis? What's up with you?
It's like a bit long. That's why.
It's what?
Bit longer.
The high-vis is long.
No, the pen, sorry. I just took that off now. It was like hot.
So what do you need to do if you keep taking your high-vis jumper off?
I will just bring the other one.
High-vis t-shirt. Right, we've got rid of that cable. We can get that properly in now. Sounds right. I'll start getting ready to tamp. Right, first wagon's been. That should have been enough. 3.13. We should have been 2.7. But because they've, I don't know, just been cracking on and not thinking about it, we've got a second wagon waiting to come in now. Do you want me to take that? Is that for here? Oh. We've got the second wagon coming now, so it's probably going to end up costing double what it should have in concrete. And I just said to lads, look, we can get sand and hardcore, we can recycle hardcore for free, but now I'm paying double what the concrete should have been. So this is where hopefully the app works and gets people to think about that rather than just I don't know what they were doing, but one of the areas was 23 centimetres deep, and I'm like, you know, when you're putting the insulation down, you've got to see that and go, unless obviously they didn't think that obviously concrete costs money, and yeah, it's a lot easier to do it with sand than concrete. But yeah, let's get this second wagon going. You must be hot in them. Right. I'd rather have.
So Lab's got one now.
Oh yeah, tell him to run it out then, yeah. If Labby's already got one.
This next one. On Lewis's one.
Yeah, tell him to.
No, you come in and then Lewis on the last one.
Yeah, tell him to run it out. No, you tell the man, tell him to run it out. He's going to get that mixed up, innit? I can tell. He's going to tell him to do another one. Right, so as you can see, we're just working this way, tamping it with the ladder. As far as tamps go, you can't get much better than a ladder because it's aluminium, it's lightweight, it's like reinforced, almost like a beam, and it's like, you know, straight as an arrow. So I've always used ladders. So we've got to tamp it now with this concrete, and then they might just get it where you can there, lab. Nice. And then Lewis's one will finish it off, yeah? Boss, here we go. Right, let me tamp this last bit. Right, all done, tidied up, and on to the next job. I've got a meeting at 2 o'clock. In 10 minutes, I've got to get over to talk stuff. Yeah. For YouTube. We make loads of money. Nah, we don't really. Yeah, but we're done on here, so we're going to go and I need to get rid of this soil, actually. It just makes it look better, doesn't it? So I'll probably just book a grab in for that. And just get it gone and see whether they want to take any more of the soil at the front out at the same time. Right, thank you. Any adverts you want to say for Spot Mix? No? Hello, I'm just ringing up. It's AJ Owens Builders. I was wondering, we're starting a site soon, and we're going to have like a lot of sort of waste to get rid of that we can separate. And I was wondering, do you have like prices for your, like if we were going to get like a hook loader to deliver like a larger bin? you know, for wood, well, whatever ones you do, you offer.
You want like a road ones, do you?
Yeah. What's the biggest size you do?
I think they're like 35 yarders.
35 yarders, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, have you got a price for that, for different, obviously, materials, or?
Have we got your email?
Yeah, you send me invoices.
Should we? 'Cause I can put some information on the email if that's easier, so you've got it.
Yeah.
Is it going to be for mixed waste or just wood or?
Well, so we can separate it as much as you want. So we're going to be pulling stuff out the house. So wood, plastic, non-recycling. Like what do you separate it down to? What's cheaper to get rid of? Obviously, wood's cheaper to get rid of. What else?
I'll speak to Gemma because, to be honest, I don't really deal with these scapes, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'll get her to give you a few different options on there, if it's separated or if it's mixed.
Yeah.
Is it obviously the sites? Is it local? Like, is it in Liverpool?
Yeah, it's Toxteth.
Foxton.
And it'll be obviously off the road. It'll be on the site.
Off the road, yeah. No worries. Let me speak to Gemma and we'll get you an email over.
Thank you.
Alright then.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. Bye.
So I was just ringing up then because you were saying, weren't you? Yeah. Would it be cheaper to do it that? So I was thinking we'll just get the tippers there and just go fill one, drop it off, fill another, drop it off. Only because of the space. Yeah. So if we get a big hook loader, I'll work the price out. But if we get a big hook loader, we'll probably get how many tippers do you reckon's on a hook loader? Go on now, I guess. And then I'll work the cubic meterage out. And I reckon you'd be surprised.
She's saying 40 yards.
35 yarder. How many meters cubed do you reckon? On a...
About 7, you won't see.
Nah, more than that.
Maybe 10.
I reckon well more than that.
I think so.
I'll work it out and I will see how many tippers is in a hook loader and whether it's worth all the faff of driving it in, dropping it off, then ringing them to pick it up and they go, oh, it'll be next week, or whether we just go, right, clear that, bang, 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 because I'm more worried about space on the site. So as soon as we dump a hook loader bay, a bin, that we can't move it.
That's high rise as well, isn't it?
We've got to work around that until it's picked up again.
Yeah. Because where the cars and
I reckon we work too quick to be getting them picked up. Like that'll be full and we'll be ringing to pick it up and it'll be like...
No, they can hold a lot though.
Yeah. I'll work it out.
So that's why obviously all the commercial lads usually in
so we're going to go to the yard now and get the tipper and we can leave that there then. And if we get any chance on, like if we finish another job early, we can just drop onto that job and start making some progress because we need to clear it. Although we need to get that car. So you rang up the 101, didn't you? Yeah. And what did he say? They're going to try and ring the owner? Yeah. That sounds like the biggest palm off ever, doesn't it? Like, how are they going to ring the owner? Like as if they've just got like a register of... A database of people's phone numbers on the reg. I'd be surprised if it was. But yeah, that car's been there for like a while now. Oh crap. Oh yeah, do this. I've got to go and meet someone at 3 o'clock. Hold on, hey, as if this has just got moved, by the way.
So they're like 6 busies come.
Busies?
Yeah, 6 busies in a Matrix van.
Why?
He popped in. I was sorting the bins out behind the van and I was like, what are you doing, man? And you're like, come about the car. I said, I didn't ring you, my boss told some lad to ring you. And then they went back in the back of the van and then I come back and the car was just gone. And then some fella come with his dad and his ma asking if that was for sale. I said, you've bought both of them. And then he went and then that was it, you know.
Missed a bit of a drama, have I? Yeah. Right, we're going to have to try and push this out because that battery's completely flat. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we can do it or not? Hey, push it out.
Let's get these over here set like
that one you can just throw in.
Start, yeah.
And that one, lab, just throw them in if they're like that. If they're not usable. Boss, we're getting somewhere. progress, little bits at a time. I can't, this day's going so well. I thought it was starting off quite bad. We got the concrete done, and we got this van moved. That's like the biggest. I might disconnect the battery and take it in my yard and put it on charge, or even bring the other battery and do that. But yeah, so we're gonna get me chipping in now. Chip as much as we can for the next hour. And what should we do? Just disconnect it and we'll just push it up. Yeah. Go on, let's do that, and then we'll chip as we go. So we'll bring the branches, chip, and we should have, eventually we'll have like a nice chipped garden to like park the welfare unit on. Mate, look at that. What are all them doing in the garden, mate? Do you reckon he just goes round robbing? Hey, why has he got number 40 written on the mud? Do you reckon he just goes round robbing bins? Is there more in the back as well? Is there more, or is that it? Hey, that's insane, isn't it? Right, come and grab this chipper then. Let's push it round. Boss. Right, see if this works as well as it did the other day. Ready? So, preheat, you can hear that ticking away. And then right, Luke, what have you just said?
We've done that fast, isn't it?
It was, didn't it? Yeah. Hey, do you know what I love? I love throwing, like, when you bring the big massive branches and that, and you're just like, I'm like, will that fit or not? And I'm like, go ahead, give it a go. And it just goes, no. But like, all that pile of branches is just that. So what we want is that over there, so we can get the welfare units on it. You know, we've got something to walk on without going all slodgy. So let's just try and push this. Do you want to move these bins for them on the tipper? And we'll try and get, because really, I want the chipper, like, there, chipping onto that bit. So that we've got something. And all that, I've cut all those branches down. So as we go through, we should be able to push this car forward, maybe. And then we can get access to pulling all those, because I literally have cut all those branches back. I jumped over the other day and was just like, cut. And that one looks like it's dying, actually, doesn't it? The big one. I wonder whether that RV's just suffocated it. Yeah, we'll see. See when we get to it. Just throw it on the tipper, yeah.
No, you've got the keys for that.
Oh, I've got the keys for that, yeah. It won't have a battery though, so we'll have to probably push it again. But I'm thinking if we get the chipper past and then push that forward, maybe. You reckon? Right, it's Wednesday morning and I've come to Bowden's in Warrington because I've had a got like an emergency job. One of those student houses for cosy living, they've got no the water. The one I've been out to loads of times, and they were coming up with all different ways of getting round, updating the water main. And eventually now they've said, look, we need to update the water main. So we need to get all the right stuff for United Utilities to come out and do an inspection. So hopefully we've got to dig a big hole and put our meter connection unit with 2 meters of pipe with a stop end on. So I'm going to pick all that up now, and then I'm going to go back to the other job, grab Labby maybe, and then hopefully get this done today, and I can book the inspector in then. Right, I've just come to the extension job and Paul's bricking up the internal skin so that once that sets, we can get the insulation and floor done in here, and obviously we'll have to take that door out then and block that up. So I'm hoping we can do this, get the floor, get the concrete in, and then obviously we'll have to lift this lintel up higher because obviously the windows and the floors coming up higher. Let's see how they're getting on here. Just turn that radio off if you can. Oh, it's here. I'll get it. So you reckon it's still too wet? Yeah, well, I'm just glad it's setting because I was worried with the temperatures, thinking that it might. So you reckon tomorrow bring the power float and just give it a little smooth off?
Give it another, like you say, full 24 hours to cure better.
Yeah, that sounds. And yeah, Labby's getting that wall done, and this one, Lab, as well. So that one can get blocked up, level with the back.
Are you taking one of them or two of them now?
Yeah, need to dig out thingy or
You can take two of them if you're better for it.
it's not that much.
Doing that brickwork until the brickwork here can be done. There's not much.
Is Lewis in?
No.
Oh, he's not in?
No.
Alright, well, I'll just take Ross then.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just get him to do it. Because it's just like, literally, pull it. I don't even know if it's a suspended floor, it's even easier.
You need the breaker in that?
Yeah. Alright. Sound, and then we just need another little tidy up on here, don't we? So you're going to get the access chamber in?
Yeah, I've got it.
So inspector's coming tomorrow. Okay. Inspector's coming tomorrow, so...
That in today, that'll be it.
And then do you want to brick up this side as well?
The doorway?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be using that really for access, aren't we?
But you'll have to brick it up so that we can do the concrete and the insulation. So you can still... oh no, you can't. You just have to take the door off and do it. You know what I mean? Needs doing, doesn't it? Sooner we get that done, the better.
It's wooden at the bottom, or is it fully glass?
And you've got that opening in, so you just need a lintel.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, we've got them steels outside what we took. They're still... Do you want me to just cut a piece of that and put that across there? Steel lintel, it's only a single skid.
The only thing is, obviously, yeah, that sounds good, but we don't know sort of... If the building inspector might ask, if we put a concrete lintel in, it's tested, it's stamped to say that it takes that. If we put one of them in, it's like a... Without buying it, we don't know what grade steel and whatever it is. And
I'm sure there's a little concrete
on the yard.
I'll test that when I go, because obviously I've got to get a board for this tonight.
Okay.
Board that's no thing, but yeah, then we need that done.
Okay.
Pipes and not moving.
Sound? Right, I'll take Ross then. No message off Lewis, you don't know why he's not in?
Oh yeah, I got a message on he messaged the group last night.
Oh, did he?
Saying, Paul, I'm not in tomorrow, I'm getting braces.
Oh yeah, he did message me. He did no, I told him to put it in to let you know, because otherwise, like, you're coming here and you don't know, like, someone might message me.
The thing as well, Dan, this morning, he was half on my arm and over the brick. He said, I'm really worried about round here, and obviously to tie that in. He said, boys, is there any chance you can look for a bit of a better match for the front? You know, where we're doing the window bay. He said he doesn't really like that look. Yeah,
I sent him it. I said, before I get them, are you happy with these? He was like, yeah.
He said round here he's sound, but he said if you can for the front, can you try and better match? That's what I said. I
haven't got anywhere else that does a better match. That was the best match.
I'm just relaying information.
Yeah. But so I've told people to put it in the group, because otherwise, like, you could come here like that day when you're on your own, and like no one said nothing, or someone might message me, and I'm like, rather than me having to then message everyone who's not in and stuff.
Yeah, well, he's like fucking constant working, grafting. It's just obviously I'm gonna have a chance to test his skill alone. You know what I mean? To say to him, do this, do that.
Yeah.
It's not at that stage where there's no skills needed, basically.
Alright, I'll take him with me then. How are we looking up here?
Okay.
Not too much to do, is it?
No, it's just like,
Fiddly.
Yeah, fiddly bits.
And then, do you know what you're doing there?
Yeah, I've bought some 2B1.
Yeah.
Nice timber.
Yeah,
So it's
sound.
basically just like skating out.
Just bring that whole, boss.
Yeah.
Sound? And then you can come back in then. Are you saying about that?
Yeah, it's all over. There's a few here. There's a few up by that light switch.
But what's that come from? Because nothing's moved on the back.
I don't know, mate.
Like, we haven't actually, none of this brickwork was like loose or nothing, or...
I know. It's obviously as though, well, it's
Yeah.
for some reason, but...
Because when he said to me, I was thinking, nah, nothing's like...
All of it's solid except for this tiny bit, but I think that's just the plaster. So if I take that off, I've got some filler.
Yeah.
And obviously all these cracks, I'll scratch them out with a standard.
Scratch them out and fill them.
And fill them back, yeah.
Sounds?
And it's the same in the bathroom as well. There's cracks like that too.
Is there? When I looked the other day, I'll have to look on me quick. Look at that one.
Yeah, it's quite big, isn't it?
Wonder what... That's weird, isn't it? Because you've got nothing like at all here.
The only thing I can think of is maybe vibration or something.
Yeah.
When he's
but
like knocking the brick out to put the
we've got no movement at all lower down. And it's just done it there. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Normally you'd see, when you see it, it's like obviously low down there. Could be deflection in the steel.
Could be.
So when we've obviously propped it and we put the steel in, when we took it out, it's just obviously deflected onto the steel then. That's the only thing I can think. But even then you wouldn't... I know the deflection on this was 45mm.
Yeah.
Like, at its worst. But yeah, sound.
There's a few there as well.
See how you get on then.
Sound.
Are you going to be high-vis police for me?
High-vis police?
How nuts is that? I got an email yesterday from HSE. One of the neighbours on the yard reported us for not having full high-vis on and a hard hat whilst reversing or being a banksman on the yard. So like letting someone in or out of the gates not having a hard hat on. Right, I'll take him then. You alright with Labby on here?
Yeah.
Right, I'll see you in a bit. Let me update YouTube what we're doing. So you might remember this job. We put a new water main in that runs that boxing in there. So we've like gone up into the flats. So now what we've got to do is get upgrading the main finally. But the United Utilities have come, and rather than it going where it was, which was in the cupboard next to the washing machine, the United Utilities have come and said they want it in the hallway here. So what we've got to do is fit this. So we've got to take this floor up. So what we've decided to do is we're going to multi-tool from here to there, and then we're going to take that square up. Do you reckon it is hard floor, concrete? I was hoping it might be a timber suspended floor. Otherwise, what we've got to do is we've got to be 750mm down and go like basically under or through the wall. And we've got to have our pipe ready for United Utilities to connect it in the street. So we've got to have this all on, ready, all connected up. And then we'll get the inspector out, he'll come and okay it, and then it'll get booked in then to get connected in the street. That way it will solve obviously the water issues they've had. Right, oh there you go, just come to the yard and it's so good seeing it like this. Can't wait to get the canopy on next as well. Just reminded me I do need to order 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 20 lengths. Will I get 20? No, I won't, will I? I only get 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I get 16 lengths of 5x2 and we can get that in, and then the plywood, and that just gets this bit shelved off, although I don't need it now, do I? Just trying to get things going on the yard at the same time, but it's so good being able to come back here and just grab exactly what we need for this job and get it done. I can't wait to move that and then put all the scaffolding there and then just, yeah, have loads of space. So back on here, and it is a solid ground, so it's going to take a bit longer, but hopefully, you know, it's half one now. couple of hours of braking. Once you get through this bit, it should be alright, shouldn't it? It's a shame it wasn't a timber floor, and then it would have been... So we've basically got to go like 700, well it's probably deeper because it's 700 mil from this side is where the water main will be, or should be. Right, I've set this up for you. So this is, if we ever do another one of these, this is how you set up for a new water connection. Yeah. So, like I say, you'll drill that to the wall. So that has got drain off, double check valve, meter carrier. So what that means is that water can come this way, water can't go that way. So basically we can't contaminate the main in the street. That's what that's for. It's like a one-way thing. Stop tap. So it looks a bit. Other way is it? Yeah. That's the stop tap with the drain off. So that means that you need a drain off. So like if you were to do works to here and you wanted it to drain out without obviously going into the main, that's what that's for. And then when they come, they'll undo that, and that's where the meter will go. So whenever we put this now, they'll come and do the meter readings. That's what they'll be reading off. So you've got 25mm pipe. We've got insulation around that. I've just taped it on, and then each end you've got to have a mechanical stop end so that they can undo it and attach their bit. So you've got to have 2 meters of pipe in the ground, and then it's got to go through ducting. So what we'll do now is we'll slide this on, and that should just about fit through that ducting. And all you're doing then is like, well, you can just leave it like that, to be honest, because when they come and do the inspection, that'll be in the hole. When they dig the other side in the street, they'll pull. This is one thing side up. That'll be obviously fixed inside, and they'll pull that through the gap. So we've just got to get that like through the brickwork of the house and leave it there. So all you got to do is dig that, and then we can fix this. But no, we don't do that. So I mean, we don't do anything on that side. The United Utilities do all that. So that's all we've got to do on our side, and that's it. It sounds dead complicated when they send you the diagrams and the spec sheets and that, but like you can buy these which have got everything involved in them. So it's got the non-return, the drain off, the stop tap, the meter carrier, and then the only other thing is then like I say, mechanical stop ends. Because I had once where I put it on a push fit one and he failed it because he was like, it's not mechanical, and I was like, well, just cut it off. And he was like, yeah, but that's not what the spec sheet says. So they can be a bit anal about everything being perfect, but that's why I like these are good, because I think they're like 70-80 quid plus VAT, but they're worth it because there just comes everything in one. You haven't got to start doing loads of little mad connections and that. Sound, if I leave you with that and just, like I say, try and get that. You won't even need to put that on, to be honest. If you get time, just put it on. But I don't think you'll fit.
The coil though, if you try and get down the
Yeah, it won't fit. It's one of them. It just needs to be here, and he just needs to see that and go, yeah, sound. Right, so I've finished a bit earlier than I normally do. It's 4:05 now. I've just come here to chip away. Let me show you what I've got. So here's the pile that's going to go in the chipper next, big ones. So just going to throw them there, chop them up. I probably won't do it now. I'll probably leave it for another day. I'll just try and get as much over here as I can. And bloody hell, it's like one of those things now where like you just uncover more stuff. Oh, progress, we're getting there. Right, let me keep going and just trying to. I'm getting better at chopping the branches down for the chipper, so I'm getting rid of like all the Y bits, trying to cut the branch off as close to the trunk as possible, and that way it goes through the chipper better. Ooh. Right, Thursday morning. I feel like I'm forgetting something, Rach. What have we got planned this week?
Tomorrow.
You're out tomorrow. But, right, so the fella we're getting the houses off, he didn't know, but there's a charge on the house. So we've done the searches and obviously found this charge, and he said, yeah, that's been paid, it's fine. That was done ages ago. And then I've just asked him now with the solicitors, and he's saying, I didn't know anything about a charge. And I'm like, you know, when you're thinking, which is it? Do you know what I mean? You've told me that you did know about it, and like, he's not even bothered about this charge. And I'm like, well, do you know how much it's for? Like, obviously, the deal we've done is enough to repay his house, so he doesn't lose his house. But he's more bothered about us binning rubbish from the garden. He's just said to me then that there's wood that's been in the garden for 10 years that he wants to keep. And I'm like, Steve, that'll be gone. That's gone. That's ruined. And he's saying, like, there's some tools and drills and stuff that are in the garden.
Why doesn't he just go and get them and move himself?
I don't know, because he's got nowhere to put it, because he's got that much stuff that he's like Simo, you know, when like Simo wouldn't bin anything. We used to have this with Simo where like a drill, one of my drills or something would break, and I'd go, and I'd put it in the skip. And the next day I'd come in and I'd be like that, going round, and I'd grab this drill and I'd go, hold on, this doesn't work. This is the drill that I binned yesterday. And I'd put it in the skip. Next day I'd come in and the drill would be on the site again. And I literally called a meeting and was like, who keeps getting this drill out the bin? And it was Simo, and he was like, me. He's going, that you can't be binning drills like that. He was like, I'll fix that. So in the end, what we had to do was, like, if you had to bin something, you had to literally shred it. You had to cut it to pieces so that Simo wouldn't go and get it out the bin. He used to literally, all the time, he'd be picking stuff out and putting it back in the house. And he'd be like, we got rid of that. And he's going, that's a good bit of wood, that. Someone could use that. And I think Steve's in the same position. A hoarder, they call it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rachel's a bit of a hoarder.
I'm not a hoarder, I'm ruthless. You're a hoarder.
No, Rachel's idea, does anyone else have this? So, like, Rachel's idea of tidying up is throw everything in a bag and put it in a cupboard. Like, and then the worst bit is, I'll ask her where something is that she's tidied up and she doesn't know. Right, anyway, the weather has picked up so we can do some concreting, so we're going to try and get that drainage job done today. Hi mate, you alright?
Sound, how are you?
I'm filming so for YouTube, so don't say
You put it in the outtake.
yeah, I need to get some concrete, and I heard that you're the man.
I can be. I can be. What are you after?
12 metres cubed.
What's bad?
It's for the yard one, so C40, is it?
C4, isn't it?
Yeah, 200 mil, 6.8 by 4, 2 bays, 2 blends limited.
Yeah, oh yeah, another one there. We did it in those before, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Have it with the same rate as, it's quite a significant amount. You only quoted for 6 last time. So
yeah, we're doing 2 bays now.
Bro. So it'll be about 22 cubes, do you reckon, yeah?
No, sorry, it's 6 cubed a bay.
Oh, 6 cube a bay, and you didn't switch to 12.
That's right, isn't it? It's 6.8 by 4.
Yeah, it was just under
and
6.
200 mil.
Yeah, 6.8 by 4 by 0.2, so it's 5.5 per bay.
Yeah.
So just under 11 cube, but put 12 on to cover you.
Yeah.
Not a problem, mate. I'll drop the rate of for you as well. When do you want to do it?
Can you do... I want to say 12.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. I'll move things around for you.
Boss? All right.
Okie dokie.
Let me go there and make sure it's all ready.
Yep, I'll just back it over here.
Yeah.
Bro, thanks, pal.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. See you
See
soon.
you soon.
Ta-da.
So, as always, such a big company. And I say they're able to just obviously do stuff because they've got that. I think they've got 16 wagons, which is insane. So whenever I have like a headache thinking of running a company, I just picture like Oldham Brothers or Spot Mix or obviously my mate at Norton's where they've got like hundreds of staff, and you just think, that's why I'm trying to get Rachel to do me invoices for me.
Yeah.
Right, just on the extension job. So they're doing the drainage, so we'll have to get some... Right there. Lou, one sec. We'll have to get some pea gravel for this as well. So what they're going to do now is we've got to get a smaller access chamber. So normally we try and get a 450 in, because obviously it's easier to rod if there's any problems, but this isn't that deep, so it's all right. And then you need another riser, don't you? Did the lid come with it?
Got that.
Yeah.
Just making space.
Just see it. Yeah, you got it in just about, haven't we? And what we're going to do now is go straight round, and we're going to put 2 P traps in. So we've got 6 metre lengths. Have you got all the bits? You want to grab the bits out my van? If you can get that drainage in, because that's the next milestone, isn't it? Slab and drainage. And the building inspector's coming today to inspect the steels, and Scott, it looks like he's fixing...
Haven't you got one in your van?
Which?
I wish.
Do you want to go and have a look?
See if I'm to fix that, is it? The wires.
Grab the soil pipe fittings as well. What's up with it? Have you caught the thing?
Yeah, Kev turned it on in the bucket. And the whole thing wrapped around in the bucket.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've seen that, and I just come and see the wires, and I just go, yeah. So we're gonna go and get the power float, and just give this a bit of a flatten. And then what we'll have to do is grind that, because it goes up a little bit there. So we've got ours like obviously levelled with the thing, and then we can get all this floorboards back in and fix the electrics. I've just got to do the plumbing on this one, because they're looking to sort of move back in as soon as possible. Yeah. Hey, it's weird, like, Scott, when we were showing the things inside, like, there's no movement at all there, is there? Literally nothing.
No, you'd see it on the render, wouldn't you, or?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Normally you'd see it obviously closer down, and then it'd like it'd thing you up. Was it on that? No, that's what it means. It's weird, isn't it? It's just the internal bit. It could be what you said, just nothing. But are we still doing this wall? Oh my god! I have massively underpriced this wall. A pound a block. It should have took. At least you got that side done.
When you did that, then Paul said something about these.
Yeah.
We were doing this wall, and then we.
Hi Viz, you look happy there. Don't be getting me fined off HSE. It's like 850 quid minimum, I think, if they come out and find something. Sounds well. You two are going to come with me, so just put a big mix on. What's that mix for? Have you got that? Anywhere else to do?
We thought you are going to come today and start doing this brick wall outside.
The brick wall?
Yeah, the brick wall outside.
No, I'm gonna. I'll see if I can get someone in to do that, because I've got to go to this drainage job. So today's the only day that we've had weather above 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's like 15.
So we've got to go and get this drainage done. So if you two want to come with me, and Paul will have to finish that off. All right. We're going to go and get this, hopefully get this concrete done. Sound? Alright, so we're back on this drainage job. A little bit peeved. Ben's done half a job, so he said it was all ready for concrete. It's a good job I booked the concrete for 12. It gives us 2 hours, because there's no rebar on these, and it needs to be 8 metres. And it's not. Let me have a look what they've got here. So once you pick up. Oh, she broke it out. I was going to say I wanted to see what they've used. Decking. It's decking. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill into that now, put some rebar and tie it to this rebar. Oh god. And then we need to, all this rebar needs to be supported off the deck, because the rebar's got to be in the bottom third of the concrete. And then we also need to prep this bit. So I'm just going to check my drainage camera now, because it was fuzzy last time, so I'm just going to check it again now. So I'm just going to screw this head on. Oh, and it's working fine now. Hold that up, love. It's working fine now. It was like fuzzy the other day. How weird's that? So I've just bought that new head for absolutely nothing. Hold that, Labby. Let me just see if the new head works as well. That was weird, isn't it? Maybe it just had a bit of fog. See if this light comes on. Oh, that's not good, is it? That doesn't even work. Oh, that's getting sent back. How annoying is that? Oh, it's annoying, but also it's actually working. So what I'll do is I'll send this down now. We'll just get a little video. Oh, we'll get a little video of down there. How annoying is that? I literally ordered that for the exact same company. It doesn't bloody work. Right, it's alright, stop that video. Right, so what Labby's doing now is he's drilling into the existing slab. And what we're going to do is we're going to resin some rebar in and tie it to this rebar. Yeah, keep going. And then we're going to go and get another sheet. So I've got to try and set them out in 4 metre bays and get the timber. The only thing I haven't foreseen is how we're going to get the timber. It'll have to sit on top of the thing. So I might end up either cutting this timber down or going and buying like a smaller timber that can sit on top of this rebar for an expansion joint. Because we want the rebar to flow through, but we want the timber to... Yeah, so I'll either cut this down or go and get some more. But we want to have it in 4 metre bays so that we can screed it, get it level. So what we've ended up doing is we've had to actually go back over this. So I've just had to grab some of the hardcore because some of the bits were 300mm. And like we had the other day, I'm not paying another third on top of the concrete. But what we've just come up with, obviously we put these up and we're going to push. So these come in with 2 different sizes. So you've got a 50mm and a 40mm raise off the... so we want it higher up. So we're putting it on like this now, and then what we do is lay it down and drop it into place. So we're going to be getting 6 sheets done. So I don't know whether to do it 1, 2, 3 that way and 2 this way. Will probably give us the meterage we need. And then it's just the finish, how we do it, how we finish it here. Because what I want to do is, if I could, have those rebars sticking out this way so that the next slab can tie into them. That, you know, that's perfect for me, because that means like this whole slab will be tied into each other, but we'll have expansion joints. Or we just finish it where that is, where the 8 meters is. And then we drill holes into the next one. You can buy bits that go in, and obviously your rebar fits in them, but unless we did that and drilled holes into the... oh yeah, maybe we do that. So what I'll do is I'll space it out 8 meters. I'll put our timber in, get that fixed, and what I'll do is I'll drill holes through the timber and poke the rebar through, and that way it's tied into that and it's sticking out. And we only got like the whole of the size of the drill sticking out, and that way we've got something to tamp our ladder against. And then what I'll probably do is put a smaller expansion joint on top. So the idea was, hold on, wait there a sec, let me just measure this out because we might be doing it wrong. Let me just check it. I feel like we're always up against it here, aren't we? But what we've ended up doing, 5 metre bay, 200mm, and what I've done is I've cut the timber now, jointed it perfect, cut that bit in lower, and then what we're going to do now is drill holes here at the bottom third. So similar to what Labby's doing, we're going to drill holes, put that, and I'm going to poke rebar through, and that way rebar will be set here, and then when we come we can just take this off and do the next bay 5 meters and do the same thing. Only thing is I haven't got a 5 meter ladder with me, so I'm just gonna have to like tamp it and gauge it, and then Lou now is just gonna put better putting them flat, Lou, like that, yeah, and just put the nice end up against it, yeah, because obviously when we put the concrete in now, it's going to want to push this away. So I've got loads of rebar. I might slam some rebar in as well. But yeah, concrete's on its way and we're nearly there. Right, so spot mixer's arrived. He's just setting the thing up now, and then he's going to reverse right in, and he should be able to just empty his load. Oh, sorry, that was childish. Empty his load all over this, and then we won't have to do much in the way of working, hopefully. It'll just be me tamping it. So Lewis is just being careful not to stand and crush the plastics or pull the rebar out of the thing. So just got the rebar gun out. You can see Labby's doing it now. Yeah, pull it towards it. Pull it tight. Yeah. Nice. What, are you going to do that and then reverse? Yeah. Boss. Right, how many rebar? What have you got left? These ones, lad? Yeah. What, 2 more? And then if you can start cutting that side for us and just poke them through as we go. Ah, we got there just in time, lad. You're a minute early. You're a minute early. There we go. That's the rate. Oh, easy job this. Nah, I don't want to jinx it. He's basically doing it for us, isn't he? Is this a bit easier than barrowing? Right, spot mix is gone. I'm out of breath because I've just been tamping it with the ladder, so I've gone that way, and now this way, and obviously finished this side. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go and grab lunch, and we're going to come back, and hopefully we can trial the edges. And so I've got these trials which we're going to put on the telescopic poles. So we've got that one for the edge, and then we've got this one to put any crack joints in. So as a few of these have split, what we're going to do is maybe put 2 crack joints that way, just so that if it's going to crack anywhere, it'll crack there and it won't look bad in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it may be. But yeah, I was just trying to come up with a solution to do the rest of them. So next thing is we've got to dig this up, do the same thing to this grid, and then I'll say break all that slab away. So we might end up doing that today. I've spoke to HSE grab hire, they can get a grab here today. So what I might do is I might scrape all this back to the front, break all this tarmac up, and we'll see if we can get, because we've got the concrete pump, we could potentially, you know, work our way that way, but yeah, we'll see. So I was saying it'd be good if the truck could reverse onto that, but you're meant to leave them for 28 days. So we're lucky that today's been like 10 degrees plus. So hopefully we'll go and grab lunch now, come back, and we'll be able to float it and then leave a few little brush lines in it. That's the plan. Right, we'll come back from lunch. And we're now just checking what another pole to go with this. Not for awesome. we do is push it out and then twist it back. Got a bit wet over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Might be better. I'll jump on the digger, start breaking stuff up. Right, there we are, all done for this for today. I'm going to come in tomorrow and we'll do the lines, put some crack lines in it, and we can prep the next bit. Whoa, what wind then. I've overbooked my afternoon, so I've got loads to do. Right, you ready? Jump in. So we're going to go and pick me dumper up, because that is on my mate's job. So thankfully it all worked out well with the crusher in the end. He ended up having it for a few days, so it was worth doing. It's just that initial stage of a bit of teething. Yeah, so they're the cracks I'm on about, look. So see these cracks here? Yeah? So if we were to put crack lines in, it'd crack in a straight line and it wouldn't look bad, would it? You wouldn't be like, oh, there's a crack. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. Make sure we get Labby on half his face. Losing the hot seat. Everyone's in high vis. Relax, neighbours, put your phone away. Stop typing the email. All is good. Everyone's safe. On that subject, I've just had a call from our planning advisor, and he seemed in a good mood, and he was like, oh, you know, good news about the appeal on the yard. And I was like, oh yeah. And I'm thinking, in my head, as soon as he said it, I'm thinking, I need to tidy the yard up, because the next thing's going to be, obviously they'll do an inspection at some point, so I want the yard to be like, you know, perfect, how I think it's going to be running. If they come and say no, then I'll know that, like, you know. Whereas if it's a bit messy and a bit this and that, it's not as good, is it? I feel.
You're not clean it, or?
That bus is just absolutely. I hate buses when they do that, you know, just throw an indicator on and just start going. Like, you know, when you're like already.
Yeah.
So update on the appeal is. How it goes is, obviously I've submitted my plans to the council for a steel shed. They've said no because of all the opposition, even though their original stance was that yeah, it's fine. Loads of people objected. They've then done a U-turn and said no, and so then I've appealed it. So I submit all my evidence for the appeal to say this is why I think I should be granted planning permission and XYZ, and then the council get an opportunity then to, it's like court, they get an opportunity to like pick at my excuses for obviously it being granted. So they done that and they submitted it today, and it was a day late.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Stockbridge
So
Lane.
it's been refused. So the council's argument has been wiped away. So they've got no comments on all the reasons that I've submitted for it being a yard, even though I don't know why they've submitted it late. But so he was the planning advisor was like, well, that's a good thing, because it's like in court, if you went to say something and the judge just went, oh sorry, like your evidence, like, you know, we can't hear you anymore because you've had your chance to submit it and you missed it. I don't want to get my hopes up, because it could still. All this time I've thought to myself, well, like, it's just common sense, isn't it? I've bought a builder's yard, like I'm applying for a shed on a builder's yard, and like all the objections have been to it being a builder's yard, not the shed. And it's like, I've always thought that eventually someone normal will look at the application and go, yeah, like what's up with this, you know what I mean? But you just don't know, do you? You could just, you don't know what people have had, you know, what experience they've had, how they're feeling on the day, and whether they're gonna, whether the independent planning advisor is gonna, you just knock the hazards, is gonna grant it or not. It'd be good, do you know what, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Imagine if he did. Imagine that just before Christmas. Yeah. And then I've got planning then for a warehouse, which by the way would help like everyone. Like the neighbours can't see in, they can't like hear as much, it's all hidden, it's all out the way. But yeah, so fingers crossed. I'll let you know when we get a bigger update on that. But I'm probably going to spend some time next week tidying the yard and get that trailer to the next job, and then I can move bricks and stuff around and just get it totally. And then I need to do the piling.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Water Park Drive.
Right, we're going to go and pick me crusher up off my mate. Hopefully we don't get there and it's absolutely broke. So another little update for you is the planning advisor said the councillors for Garston haven't written anything to the planning, or they said they've written to the planning appeal for the yard, but he said they've put something on Facebook. So Lou's just, have you found it?
Yeah, it's here.
Go and read it out.
So it says, I've just submitted a formal presentation to the planning inspector regarding the application to place a warehouse on Bowden Road L19. There has been a clear lack of understanding of mine and Sam's role as a local councillors by the applicants who have, what does that say? Circulated malicious, false accusations and attempted to ruin our reputation.
Have I?
In 1 mile.
Have I said something on YouTube? You know, I can't even remember what I've said now. Apologies if you think I'm trying to ruin your career or your reputation. I'm not. I feel like yous unfairly went round trying to get people, like you knocked on my mate's houses and was trying to get them to object to me planning, and the stuff that you were saying to object to it for was biased and has since been proved to be false, and so I don't think you were acting in the community's best interest. You were acting just because a few neighbours had kicked off. You thought you could probably get votes and if you please these neighbours, whereas I actually think like us as a company and a builder's yard in that area will help far more people and provide more jobs. And like Lou's a little local, aren't you? What else does it say?
It says, so this bit says, to be transparent, I met with the applicants when neighbours first contacted me. I have also met with local services and residents who could be impacted by this development. I agree with them. The traffic council CEO, that development is not in the best interest of the community.
Traffic? We don't have any traffic.
That's what I'm saying.
We have like one van a day. Hey. Anything else?
Traffic. Sam and I will always do our best to represent the community, and those who voted for us, we won't be bullied or intimidated, and will always represent our community and ensure their voices are heard.
Must be coming up to election day, is it? Hey.
And there are plenty of places a builder's merchant can in Garston, right next door to the Venny Library, and the middle of Resident Street isn't the one for them. Lucy with a kiss.
What's that? Is that their representation?
Must be, you know. Loss of daylight or enclosure.
Loss of daylight? Like, how big do you think this warehouse is? Read that. Is there anything interesting in that?
Overlooking and loss of privacy. Pressure on parking and services.
Well, I've got off-road parking.
It's the Lion. That's what they are. The Lion. Isn't it?
Anything else, no?
Turn left onto Eaton Road.
I reckon, I hope, I know, eventually, like the councillors will come on board with
In
what
half
we're
a mile,
doing
turn
and
right onto Central
what our
Drive.
business is about and everything. But for now, it's just a test of time, isn't it? You've got to wait. People have, you can say a lot of things, but it's actions, isn't it? Speak louder than words. So until we like actually do stuff and help the community and do whatever and
There's not harming no one, no, I don't think.
nah, mate, that's what I mean. I've got all the stats, so they can put in their little, you know, opinions saying that we're going to cause 10 times more traffic. I've got the stats that say like our vans account for less than 1% of traffic on Bowden Road. So, you know, I don't know how you use, but like 1% is like nothing. Noise again. The traffic commissioner. The traffic commissioner went through all this, and they're the best ones to do it with. And he basically said, you know, there's no relevant noise, there's no relevant pollution, there's no relevant vibrations, there's no relevant traffic, there's no relevant. None of it was relevant. So if he's saying that, and he, you know, he's an expert, and we've got the councillors saying that they think that it's going to cause this and that, and just like that. But yeah, eventually.
Turn right
One
onto
day,
Central
I hope I'll
Drive.
meet with them and we'll be able to shake hands and say, do you know what, I got yous wrong and you got me wrong, and actually we're both trying to do good for the community.
In a quarter of a mile,
I reckon
turn left onto
I've
South
done more
Drive.
for the community than all them people who've objected. Do you want to just twist the feet at the bottom? Right, we've just brought pool table from my dad's that was in the van, so we've got to go back now and hope that I don't get a ticket for parking. But Lou said he's going to pay for it if I do get one. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sweating now after that. Right, so we're back at the Greenays job, and what's just happened is, one, I've picked this crusher up off my mate, and after me just saying, oh, it all went dead well and this and that, like the belt, bear in mind this is brand new, we've only used it once. Like, look at the state of that, absolutely knackered. So there's one lesson learned, like, you know, it's just I say that's off one use. But what else has just happened is I've just got it to this point. Do you want to let them past? And I've just literally started it, reversed it back, and as soon as we've got on this angle, it's cut out of fuel. And look at all this. But luckily, because it's hydraulic, it'll still let you. Oh no, we need that. You have to push it or pull it. You have to try and get it flat so that it's got enough petrol to start again. We can't push it. Right, I'm gonna have to run and get petrol, lad. Jesus. So literally, it just won't start. I haven't even got like a can. I've got a can in my van. I'm gonna have a look at my van. How annoying is that? So we're just you're gonna have to tell the cars that. Anyone comes, I'll have to run and get some petrol. Do you know what? I'm just laughing, thinking like, this just sums up like building and business and being self-employed and running. Like literally pick me thing up, and as soon as I roll it off the thing, it runs out of petrol, and you're like, Oh, and I'm hoping it is petrol. It could be something else. Could be like something's gone wrong with the motor, which I hope not. I hope we don't fill it up with petrol now. And the amount of cans I've got in my yard. Oh, I'm sick of buying cans, but you know when you need them now. What's this fella doing? Come on, mate. Some of us are towing trailers. Fella's just walked across the road. That's why we have walkways, mate. Yeah, just like it's 25 to 5, and I've got to drive Labby back to the extension job. So it's all fun and games. Right, it's now 10 to 5, and it just quickly goes like that. The sunlight. Where's this key? Oh, I've lost the key now. There it is. Now, I'm hoping that it was just the petrol and it's not something more sinister involved. So that should be on, throttle on. Let's put the choke on so we can get a bit more. Give me Eddie. Oh no. This is worrying me now. Maybe it wasn't the petrol. Oh, do you know what? Oh, Andy. Oh my God, I'm an absolute idiot. I turned it off when I was at the job, when I put it on the van. Oh my God, I've just turned the little red lever. Oh my God, what an absolute idiot. Watch this start now, Eddie. Oh. You absolute idiot, Andy. Hey, look at the moonlight there. That's why you buy proper high vis, like the one I've given Lewis, because Labby's doesn't even, that's fake high vis. That I reckon that's half a fine. Look, it's not showing up on the video. Hey, it's not showing up on the video. He's not high vis. Whereas Lewis is gleaming, mate. Lewis looks like he's got LEDs on. What do you think of that today then? And while I went to get the petrol, these two were chipping wood, weren't you? Do you enjoy doing that? Yeah. But you got to make sure you wear them masks, isn't it? Because it's it can come firing out. Hey, it's some machine, isn't it? Look at my dash is back to being a mess again. Right, that's it for Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be back on the concrete job. I'm meeting a reporter from the Echo tomorrow for the trailers that we've put on Lark Lane. Hopefully that goes well. I've got someone, Carl Fisher, coming to trim this tree back because it's massively overgrown. And then we've got all the stuff in the back to do. And I don't know, I've got someone coming to help us, give us a price per tipper to help us clear this site, because the more people are on it, the better, really. Right, so it's Friday morning. It is Friday, isn't it, lad? And lads have done well chipping all these. What I'm going to do, I'll leave the chainsaw so you can chop bits up. But the task today is to, I'll go and get the strimming as well from the yard, is to cut all this and just get rid of it all, chip it all, just have it all, basically spread this out so that it's all flat, yeah? We'll chip all this, all stuff like that now we can crush, yeah? Any big bits of thing, we can get this going if we want, and like crush some stone as well. Just looking at these, like what does he want to do with them? Because we can either just crush them. Thing is, I've got a feeling that the guy's going to want to keep everything, mate. He's going to be like, no, they're good, them. And we'll be like, well, you know, you get them gone. And he'll be like, no. Just getting all this plastic then, yeah? So focus on this bit, and then we're going to start pulling that down. And that'll be full of crap, so we can get all whatever's in there onto this other tipper we've got. Another company, Liverpool Waste, are coming in. So he's got a tipper as well. So we can throw, but keep all the metal to one side, all the wood to one side, and mixed waste. So when he comes, just try and get mixed waste on his. And don't do anything with that house. Yeah? We're only doing this. If we can get this garage down cleared, that'd be amazing today. And get this all like chipped. So if me and you go and get the other tipper, and I'll get me strimmer as well, my petrol strimmer. Anything else you can think we can get from the yard to make this easier? We'll have a petrol strimmer to cut these down. Just a big digger, wouldn't it? But don't worry too much about it, yeah. We'll just get it all cleared and yeah, I think any bits we find like that, I think we're better just crushing it. Otherwise it's just going to get in the way, isn't it?
You can use them on the front as well. If you just lay them down on the soil, those like
yeah. And I'm just thinking it might be easier crushing them. Because it's more useful then. And then we can reuse it, we can move it around with the digger and stuff. Yep. Alright, let me need the key for this as well in case then. So, we're just talking through the plan. It's a bit, keeps changing, but we're going to try and just get that van and car just out of here, mate. The woman's coming back in December, he said, but it's just, they're just going to get in the way, aren't they? All these crappy block, crush them, yeah? Keep those, so stuff like this, if we can get it, even if you put it down the side here, maybe lean it against this house, maybe out the way. But what we want to do is start taking this wall down brick by brick. You'll have to do it brick by brick because we need to get this weight off it, because that wall's obviously otherwise going to go. But take that down and keep any full ones, put them on a pallet here. Any half ones, crush them. So if I were you, I'd just have a big pile of like hardcore that we're going to crush. And then just turn the crusher on and throw it all in at once. Just go one after another, yeah. So just throw stuff over there where we want it. Because if we can, obviously this is all going to be parking, this bit, and this driveway. So the sooner we can get this hardcore, the better, really. So I'd probably start with the crusher here. It's on tracks. It's on tracks, you can move it around, yeah. And that way you can just crush all this and then spread it out, and it's got somewhere for us to reverse cars up then, hasn't it? Just try and empty all these bins, and then just, I don't even know if you want to throw them over there for now.
What, all the wood stuff? Good. You can throw the wood there.
Just the bins, the empty bins, because otherwise they're just going to be in the way, aren't they? So just undo that and put them in there, just get them out the way so that we can work, because what we want to do is try and clear this space. I've got to bring I'm going to bring 2 trailers here off the yard. One's going to be like the kitchen toilets, and then the other one will just be a bit of storage for us. So we'll bring them 2. So we want to try and plan today is get rid of this shed. Yeah, metal in the front, wood to one side, non-recycling, get rid of it. And then obviously we can chip as we go. We can, but anything like these, just put in the front garden there, because I've got someone who's going to come and take them. Someone wants them for free, or they're made up with them. You know what I mean? So, just again, you just have to have piles. You just have to have a pile of sticks and bushes that you can shred.
You need to move that first, don't we? And then we'll move that crusher to there, and then start crushing the bricks and just reverse in there.
Yeah. And then move these bins. Sounds good, boss. Right, we're just trying to sort out. Like, I'm spending time doing these bloody vans that shouldn't even be here. What's the odds that this van, I've just put a new battery in it. What's the odds that it... Oh, I seen a light then. That's the right one. Isn't it? What the hell? What's the odds that this will start? What do you reckon? Come on. Oh, what the hell? It was working yesterday. Oh, come on. Why is this not going in now we put the battery on? Oh, mate. Oh, come on. Like it suddenly got an immobiliser. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I can't even turn the key. What do you reckon, lab? Film that.
Old is gold, so it may start.
You reckon it'll start?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Lou?
Go on. Yeah. Oh!
No more pushing it round. Has it got gears? Right, open the gates.
Open the gates, let's go on a drive.
Hey, 290,000 miles it's done. Right, I'll leave the keys with you. Ross, if you want to take that one now. Oh, just take them pallets off. There's 2 pallets there we can use.
Oh, sorry.
And then...
Where do you want this one?
What?
It's not staying there. I said, do you want that?
I can just stay there, yeah. Right, let me give you them keys in case you need to move that. And the next one's that bloody red one, hey? Should I stick the battery on that now? So I can get that out the way? Can we? Where? Alright, go on, let's grab the battery off that, see if we can do it. Right, this is the next one that's going. It's got mould growing inside it, look at that. Oh my God. Right, let's just, on the off chance this fires up on its own. Absolutely nothing again. Oh, it stinks of mould. Right, let me get the bonnet up and get this battery on. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to admit that it just took us far too long to find the bonnet hatch for that. Right. Do us a favour, undo them while I answer this call. Hi mate, you right? I promise you, I'm trying to record less in my van. However, I've got one of those little chargers next to my bed for this YouTube phone, and it's on like the wireless charger, and it hasn't charged last night, so I was in the middle of recording. We got that red car started. That would have been that was a good video as well. That I was in the middle of recording and it just cut off. So we swapped the battery over, and it was like trying to start for ages, and then eventually fired up and everyone cheered. And we've got that out the way. Do you know what though? I've just had a massive like if I don't come to work, it just falls apart. What's going on? It's like I've literally just been to that job and just explained to everyone, right, I've got someone else coming who's got a tipper. Like I've sorted the price with him for non-recycling. Make sure he doesn't take the metal, make sure he doesn't take the wood, make sure he doesn't take any concrete or anything like that, because that's getting crushed, And everyone's like, yeah, sound. The lads just rang me and gone, I've just got here, mate. Lads don't know what's going on, and what am I taking, what am I not? They take all this wood, so they take all these branches. What about this hardcore? And I'm just like, like, what's the point? I'm like, it's 10:30. I was meant to be going first thing in the morning to this concrete job to make sure the concrete's good, and I've gone there to set them up because we're not getting value for money on the other job. So I've set these up on this job, and now like this is like the most simplest job you can get. Like literally grab that crap, put it there, do that one goes there, and we've got a big massive site, we've got all the tools there to do it. Just need a break. Last thing I need to do is drink this bloody coffee. Right. What's that? What's the film? Anger management. Goose Fraba. Honestly, that's what I feel like at times. Goose Fraba. And the new joiner we've got, he's on the job with me today because there's no joinery work on my sister's extension. They're up to plastering, so I've sent him to another job, and he's just hacked the crap out of some oak doors, and the customers now ask, like, we're gonna have to buy new oak doors. And he's chipped the tiles in the bathroom floor. And he's dented all that, and you just, you know, when you just like, it all comes at once as well. It's not like little bits. You have like a moment in business where it's all going well and you think you're amazing, you're flying, and then all the bad just goes bang, 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 one after another, and it just makes you think, I should just give up. Like, that's enough for rant for the van. What's the odds this one's gonna start? You reckon? You're hopeful? Need to move these logs then if it does. And the bins, yeah. Just make sure it's just not loose. Right. Let's just have a look if it recognises the key. Go on, try and tighten the things a bit more. I've got a few of the lads on green A's today. But what do you want to do with all the stuff in number 27?
Well, you're going to put the trailer in the back, aren't you?
Yeah, but well, one of them's getting used as a homeless shelter at the minute. It's on Lark Lane. I need to put a welfare unit in the back. I've put batteries in that van and car and moved them for now.
Yeah.
So I'll have to try and move them back in end of the day.
Yeah, well the van's not taxed.
Yeah. What's going on with them? Because obviously it's a pain in the arse. We have to move them in and out every time we need to do stuff.
Yeah, well she's back in a couple of weeks.
And what's she doing with them? Because if she's gonna scrap them, then we might as well do it now.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna have to ship them around.
Do you wanna send me a number and I'll chat to her? And I'll say, look, you know, if you want us to scrap them, I can scrap them and then give her the money.
Well, that's not gonna happen. She's not with that.
She doesn't want to scrap them.
I know my stuff's getting thrown out. But,
what?
You know,
she doesn't want to. She wants to keep them. Yeah.
She'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I say every day we're having to move them in and out. What do you want to do with the stuff inside 27 then?
Well, as I say, you're going to put a couple of trailers in the back. Do that.
Yeah, but then what? You know, if I put a trailer in the back and you put stuff in it, and then where's it going to go? You might as well just use the looting van.
No, let's deal with it one step at a time. We haven't got it in the trailer yet.
Yeah, but you're probably better using the looting van than the trailer. So you can just move. You can just move it, put stuff in it, and move it. But then, what are you going to do? Because obviously most of it's like no good, is it? Like I'm looking at it thinking it's going to cost like 10-15 grand to get rid of it. Yeah, obviously, because that's why I've been chasing you the last few weeks to say, look, you know, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing? Cause,
yeah, no, and you keep saying you're putting trailers in the back when you haven't done it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the trailers, as soon as you put stuff in them, they then need to go.
Why did you say you're going to put trailers in the back if you're not going to do it? Why did you say that?
Yeah, but I'm going to put trailers in the back, you can put stuff in them, and then where are we going to take them?
Well, they shouldn't have said it then, should you? Why did you say it?
No, I can put trailers in the back, I can give you a looting van to move them.
Well, hurry up then, get on with it.
No, but then where are they going?
The trailers are going in the back.
Yeah, but they're not, they can't just stay there.
Why did you say you're going to put them in the back if you're now not going to put them in the back?
I've said you can have trailers in the back to put stuff in to move it. They can't just stay in the back and just grow weeds around them like the others
have.
have.
In the back, yes.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, they need to go somewhere, don't they?
Well, just put the trailers in the back now, and then I'll put the stuff in the trailers, right? Oh, look, you're going around in circles.
Yeah, I know. So I'm trying to get you to understand that the trailers cannot just stay in the garden for 6, 7, 8 months.
You haven't even got the trailers in the garden yet.
I know, but
get the trailers in the garden. You said you were going to do it. Now do it.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying is, rather than the trailer, I can get a Luton van there, and you can put stuff in the Luton van and take it straight away.
But why did you say you were going to put trailers in the back?
Well, a trailer, Luton van, same thing, isn't it? Like, I'm not going to park the trailers there and leave them for 6 months.
You're going to park it up to fill and then drag it away. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Because that's a totally different thing from what you said.
No, so what we're saying is trailers, I can't just put, let's just put 10 trailers in the garden and you fill them, and then I come to do the driveway, and we've then got to move all these trailers. Obviously we need space on site to move stuff.
Trailers in the back or not? What are you going to do?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I can do a trailer or a Luton van.
Well, it's one trailer now.
Yeah, I've only got one now. One's getting used as a homeless shelter.
Well, I mean, if the Luton van is the same as the size of the trailer, and I doubt it will. Well, if it is, then I'll take the Luton van there if you like. I don't care.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like the van or the trailer, they can't just stay there for a month.
But why did you say they can?
No, you're misunderstanding what I mean by providing somewhere to put it.
You just led me along with this, haven't you?
I haven't led you along. No, it's not my fault you've got all this stuff to move.
Look, it's not my fault that you offered to put a trailer there, or 2 trailers.
Yeah,
No,
but
you
what?
don't.
So, okay, let's just say I put a trailer there, yeah? And you fill it with stuff, yeah? Okay, and then we come to the end of the job, and I go, right, I need to do the driveway now.
You haven't even got to the start of the job, never mind the end.
But we're at the start now. I've been warning you for weeks that we're starting it.
You're not going to be finished on Tuesday, are you?
No, but what I'm saying is, so let's just say that you've filled the trailer, and we now need to do the driveway, we need to do the garden, we need to do the car park spaces. Where's it going to go?
Car park spaces. Don't talk stupid. You haven't even started the roof.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so I can't just leave a trailer there for the entire job. It'll just be in the way.
Look, you've obviously gone back on your word.
I haven't gone back on my word. You can go back and.
You have, because you were putting 2 trailers there. You were putting 2 trailers there for my use.
What I think you don't understand is, at some point they need to go. So why don't they? Why don't they go at the start, not at the end? Okay. Well, look, the lads are clearing stuff. So if you want to go this afternoon and see if there's any wood or anything, obviously that you want to keep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll get into the garden today. So if there's any bits that you see and you go, right, I want to keep them. But like I say, we're officially starting the job now. So I need to sort of, like say, those vans and cars, like we're having to move them in and out every day. It's costing me money for the lads to start them, move them, put them back in every day, bringing them in and out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll get onto it. I'll see what's happening about it.
Because, I don't think we've got as much space as I thought.
Put them there. I know you're saying you're not.
So,
That's the difference.
No, I can put them there. But what I'm saying is they can't stay there for months and months and months.
Nobody is asking you to leave them there forever.
Okay.
You know the school is a big job to do.
Yeah.
The trailers were going to stay there. That's what you said.
Yeah, how long did I say they were going to stay there? Because I don't remember saying they were going to stay there.
You said the job is going to take a year, right?
So, what were you expecting to leave the trailers for a year?
Until the car park needs doing, yes.
Yeah, but then they're just going to be in the way, aren't they?
Of what?
Of moving machines around, of deliveries, of...
Well, I don't know why you offered to why you said you were going to do it, because you're obviously not going to do it.
No, I don't know. Well, look, I can put trailers there, but then we might as well drag them out and park them on the street then.
Obviously, you just scammed me with that.
I've scammed you? Come on.
You're telling me you're going to put 2 trailers there for my use, and now you're not.
Okay, well, I'm offering to put a trailer there for free for...
Okay, 1 trailer. All right, then we'll settle for 1. Just get the 1 there.
But what I'm saying is, it can't stay there for a year.
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Bloody hell, it's not even January yet.
Yeah, but Steve, look, I'm thinking in a business sense. You're thinking in a just delay and avoid any sort of, work that needs doing sense.
I've got a share of that, so don't start telling me I haven't, because I have. I'm not right now. The whole lot belongs to me, not you. Yeah. You're telling me what's happening and what's not happening. So right at this minute, that whole place belongs to me.
Yeah, but we've agreed. We're leasing it off you, so at the minute it's...
You're putting 2 trailers there.
At the minute, we're leasing it off you, so we technically live there.
The agreement that you were putting 2 trailers there. That was the agreement.
Yeah, well look, what I'm saying is, I don't want the lads to bin something that you want to keep. So I've told them to separate as much as they can, but obviously I need all the crap in the garden. You mentioned that you wanted to keep something. All of them. They're all getting done. They're all getting cleared now. All 3 of them. I'm hoping the whole site will be clear. Because I can't bring any trailers in until it's completely clear.
I mean, 25, as long as 25 is clear, you can get a trailer in.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I'm not going to do a job and stop and squeeze a trailer in and then carry on doing the job.
How difficult is it? Just get it in.
It's difficult, yeah, to get stuff in.
Well, why did you offer? For God's sake, why did you offer? Why did you say you're going to do it?
No, I think you're getting misunderstood in terms of what the trailer offers.
You put 2 trailers in.
The trailer offers like either a temporary storage or an easier way of moving it round.
Just get it in, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm clearing the site to get it in. Right, put the phone down on me. Right, we're just on the concrete job and I've come a bit late, but we're able to walk on it and it's still... So what I'm doing is I'm just scratching the lines out and then I've just tried brushing a bit and we've just got it, I reckon. And then Liam's doing the edges, so I don't know, I don't like putting water on it because it almost like reactivates it all and then won't go off how we want it. But I might go and get a little bit of water. I think I've got some in here actually. Yeah, I've got a little bit in here. So if we need it, for me to try it with a bit of water now and just see. Let's try it. Oh, right. I've just put that on my head as well. I've got oil on my hands, I've just put it on my face. Like as you can see, it's just absolutely started pelting down. And here's me sprinkling a little bit of water on the...
I know. Didn't even need it.
But I'm hoping we can get that looking good today. I've got 2 hours. I've got to be in Lark Lane. I've got to go and meet the Echo. We want to take some photos of the homeless sailor we've done, but I don't know whether they're going to do that in this rain. Doubt it. Rain just kills everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm in the van with Liam. How many days have we done? 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, yeah. Coming to the
on my sisters. How have you found it?
Good. works good, nice. Lads are sound.
Mate, look at this rain. But while it's absolutely lashing down, we're going to go and grab lunch now, and hopefully this passes over. I like plan my days, and it's all like as if everything's hunky-dory, and it very rarely goes how I plan. But every now and then it does, and you feel
exciting, doesn't it, for now, though? Keep on yourself.
Every now and then it does all go to plan, and you think, oh, this is boss. But today's definitely not one of them.
As you said earlier, typical Friday.
Yeah.
Friday and Monday.
Mate, look at this rain. Let's go and finish some concrete. God, just absolutely
no.
Not today. Right, so while I'm in the van and I've got a bit of time, let me hook this on. I'm just working out. So I've got a price off Oldham Brothers for a row skip. So they're like the big roll on, roll off, the ones that you see when you go like the normal tip, that they put everything in. They're like the biggest ones you can legally sort of move around on normal lorries and stuff without going like ridiculous. So I've worked out a 35-yard row skip is 6.3 by 2.4 times 2.4 length, width, height, so 36 meters cubed, and our vans are 3 meters by 2 meters by 1.5 height, so 9 meters cubed. So you can get 4 tippers in that. So with the skips they do are 80 plus VAT haulage, so what's that, 96 pounds for someone. Would it cost me more than £96? Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? So it's making sense to do it, because I'll save 4 trips in the van. So 4 paying someone's wage for 4 trips back and forth to Oldham Brothers, the diesel, and the time off site that one person driving. So I think it's worth doing, isn't it? That way we can get 4 times what we get on a tipper in one of these bins. So the biggest hurdle I've got is getting past Steve. Like I didn't really foresee this problem as bad as what it was. Like, how am I gonna get him to go through that house worth of stuff, and he's gonna want to keep everything? I can honestly imagine that we're gonna go through the house and he's gonna go, I want to keep that, 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 and we'll end up not getting rid of anything, and we can't start the job, and it's like, yeah. But like, if we can use these skips, then, you know, I don't need to use the what's it called, the tippers. Right, this rain's half going, it's gone a bit less on it, but still
going, but it's
I'll drive the job and stay there. I've got an hour left before I've got to go back, but I don't know, they might cancel it, because I don't think the Echo are going to want to do photos in the rain. Has he come back to me? No, he hasn't come back to me yet. Right, let's go back to that job. Right, the rain's finally stopped. However, I've got 45 minutes before I've got to go. So, are you going to be alright if I leave you here? Yeah. See how we get on.
I'll get on, I'll be alright.
Right, I'm going to put the pecker on here now and try and peck all this tarmac and get the waste as close as I can to here for the grab. I'm trying to think where the grab done to the side, didn't it? So I don't know whether these are going to be in the way of him coming down and grabbing it here. Let me get the pecker on and see how we go. Oh, there's the bit. That's the bit I need for me holes. Right, a little update for you. I've been using the breaker, but because it's only tarmac, I just don't know whether it's worth using the breaker on it. So what I've done is I've just got the ripper. Let's see how Liam's getting on. Getting there?
Getting there. That side down there, sections of brush and everything.
Sound?
I give it a once over, once it dries off a little bit more as well, just today.
Sounds right. Let me get the ripper on and see if the ripper's any easier on this. Right, the ripper's just absolutely flown through all that. Literally pulling big slabs up like that. So at least I know that next time. I've run out of time. I was hoping to put this bucket on and scoop all this in a pile, and then I can ring HSE grabber and say, look, just come and grab that whenever. But I've gone late now, as I said. I've got to get back to Lark Lane now. Just putting the crack lines in it now. Is that where we're at? Yeah. Right. Do you wanna pull that up and string it? Pull it tight, and then just whack it down. Go on. Yeah. So me to my side. Not this, right? I'm at
Such an awkward place.
we're at obviously the trailer, and we're then going to the greenhouse job. But we've got, what's your name? Sorry. Andy from that. Do you know what? I've done that leaving my yard. Caught me gate. Caught me gate. I was leaving my yard. I was like, oh, what was that noise? But do you want to get some pictures for the Echo? But I'm laughing here, so you're gonna have to film this. Joiner slash
photographer, videographer.
What a passport face.
Yeah, yes, not smiling.
I can't.
You know, shouldn't have said that, should I? You want to show it on the street, don't you? So yeah, I feel just straight in there. I've had people using them there,
I'm not allowed to say. Because the council asked me, and I was like, what have I had? And they were like, if you had, then we're going to tow it now. Right. And I was like, well, no then. No.
It's like, no.
Yeah, I feel it's freezing. Is it what? Which day was it? Was it Wednesday? Wasn't funny then, was it? The cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Need to get Andy sitting on the bed, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great idea, isn't it?
Or lying down.
Yeah. Just gotta get one of these straps on the bed.
Can you sit? Can you lie on the bed now? Just sit, yeah, sit on the bed.
Yeah. What are we calling this job at the minute? The messy job? Hey, there's actually some alright stuff here then, isn't there? Where was that? That's decent, isn't it? Yeah. We're just going to get rid of all the metal at the minute we can. I say most of it's just crap, innit? Barbed wire, nice. But the good thing about getting rid of metal is that you get paid for it. Not much, but like whereas this has all been like in the way, we'll get rid of it at least and it'll look a bit. Lewis is trimming all the thorn bushes and we want to try and get into there. My plan was to get this knocked down and get the metal sheets off it. I didn't realise we'd have a metal, a full tipper of metal so quick. But yeah, we'll just be going through bits now, making piles and trying to get rid of stuff. So we've got one non-recycling tipper, one metal, and then we're making a pile of wood. And then hopefully we'll be crushing some of these and putting stuff on pallets. So I've been looking for what do you think's the best machine to buy that can drive on here, and as we get deliveries of bricks, pallets, I need to be able to move them around this site. So obviously eventually this is going to be parking with like some sort of garden space, but look at this caravan. So we're just deciding what's the best way of getting rid of this. That caravan's been burnt out. So that'll all be metal, we'll be able to cut all that up and get that on the tipper. I can't really see what bits Steve wanted to keep, but each their own. Right, hold on. So what we've done is we've done a little cut in that last post that's holding this up. Go on, Lou. Look how happy he is. Hey, that was a good shot, that one, first go. Hey, as if it's landed on the pole. Like, look, it's landed back on the pole. Just need to chop that side then, don't we? Been hard work getting into this, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I was planning to bring the digger with the claw and just claw it. You know what I mean? Look at the gutter.
At least the gutter works.
Right, how have we done for today? We've nearly got that clear because we need the digger to get them stumps out, don't we? So we need the digger here next, don't we? Yeah. But then I need the digger on that concrete job. So it's like I need to maybe go in the morning, then bring the digger here. But I just don't want to keep moving it back and forth. So I need to go to that concrete job Monday. Oh, where am I going Monday? I've got to do something Monday. I've forgotten now. Go to that concrete job Monday, get that prepped for concrete, and then bring the digger here. Because this definitely needs the digger, doesn't it? Look at it.
Yeah.
Just don't go near that now. Risk assessment, don't go near the fallen rotten shed. Is that under risk assessment or common sense?
Don't get too deep, it lands on top of you.
Is that what it says?
Just jump down the hole anyway if it's got to go in.
Yeah.
In there,
yeah, so in there's a like a, what do they call them? Inspection pit for cars. Yeah. Right. Let's pack up. You get the key out the what's it called? Chipper. And we had the chipper block today for the first time, so that's the first little experience I've had of that. I do need to bring a diesel can then and fill that right up, yeah. I'm not even sure where that is gone, you know. I think it's on my sister's. But, so we're not touching this house until it's legally done. So I've agreed to buy it. It's with solicitors, but until it's legally done, he's still got it in the auctions at the minute. But just look at this stuff. Definitely needs to dig it, doesn't it? Just to get through all the brambles and stuff's horrible, isn't it? I wonder whether we could, if we got rid of them bushes, I could cut that post, couldn't I? Nah, just use the digger, safer, isn't it? Right, what do we say to people who are enjoying the channel?
Like, subscribe and comment.
Anything else? Share it with your mum and nan.